Hello. Today we're going to talk about hosting a tea party, our coffee get together, bridal shower, wedding shower, baby shower. Okay. One of the things I love to collect are teacups and saucers. And in this times of economic crunch, you got to be creative. You want to be able to put together a party with little or no money, but still have a lot of class, distinction, and a lot of you. Mother's Day is coming up, and I think it'd be a great way to be creative with some of the women in your life and not just to take them out for the typical brunch, which is nice, expected, but to throw a little function together with your family, maybe with your aunts, all the women in your family, your mother, grandmother, your sisters, best friend, just an idea. So, one of the teacups I collect is this one right here. I've been collecting them for about 12 years now, and the whole idea was I used to see them displayed in people's homes, and I said, oh, I'm going to do that one day, have a nice china hutch and be able to display my teacups and saucers. And then, of course, being a girly girl, I thought about having a tea. And so I'm going to be putting on a tea pretty soon, so everyone's going to have a different set of teacups and saucers. I think I'm going to start adding to my collection, doing teaspoons. Going to a lot of places I'm going to have to go to for that are probably antique stores. Not buying big sets, but sometimes I'll have an odd teaspoon out, sterling silver, ornate style. Then that way, next to these pretty teacups, you'll have a really pretty spoon. One of the other things I collect, I like linen. And then my favorite period is probably my grandmother's period, which would start probably 20s, 30s, and in her heyday, the 50s. And so the things I saw in her house were doilies like this, which I bought at an antique store, and these were $1 for a set of 4. Another thing I like to do are the napkins. Like this one has a really pretty pattern, if you can see that. And I think I got about 7. Sometimes they're odd. One thing about getting old linen is just to note, sometimes there's going to be some yellowing and maybe some staining from them being pretty old. I'm working on trying to figure out how to remove some of those. But for me, I just say it goes with some of the distinction of having an antique linen. It's just going to be a little weathered. And what you can do in that case, since these are pretty big, I'm probably going to use them for placemats. Because since I'm going to be doing a tea, I'm going to be doing probably not a dinner plate, but a middle-sized plate, maybe even salad size, because I'm going to be serving probably brunch food, maybe a quiche, fruit. You can do brie, that's a soft cheese with crackers, with fruit, and you could do, we'll have bacon on there, and you can do a buffet style. But it's going to be something special. I know the ladies are going to like it. One, when you see a table set with all the different colors, that's going to be a beautiful presentation. Maybe shortcut flowers in a small bud vase. I have a lot of storage up here. I make cards, so I'm probably going to make some individual cards with your names on it. Make sure when you have your function, take plenty of pictures, because the next time you invite the ladies over, you can have their picture on a little cardstock and maybe have a little quote on it. If you have a computer that, like mine, when you go to print your picture, you can put a caption. So you can build memories. You can make it something you do annually. A great way to have a function for people to meet each other, and that's what mine is for. Just for sisters to get together, sisters black, white, purple, all women are my sisters, and network, not just for business, but spiritual, because when you get together, there's going to be some healing, discovery, sharing, and empowering going on when you get women together. Amen. So again, Mother's Day is coming up. Another way to use a beautiful gift like this is you can give them away, and you can put tea inside, chocolate, a gift card to Starbucks or to a tea house. I would recommend buying an assorted box of teas, and when you're having your tea party, make sure you have them out in a nice bowl. Try having cubed white sugar, a little classier. As you just buy a little pair of tongs. Raw sugar tastes the best in teas. And you're going to find raw sugar, like if you go to Starbucks, it's in the little brown bag. That's a brand you can buy from Safeway, Fred Meyer's, If you have a Whole Foods, of course they're going to have raw sugar. It just means it's not bleached and chemically treated like the white sugar. White sugar's okay, but once you've had raw sugar in your tea, you'll never go back. Tazo tea makes some great teas. I actually blend my teas at times. Take passion tea with a little bit of lemon and raw sugar. And in fact, the Starbucks makes a cold version, but it's out of this world. So slice some lemon, have your sugar cubes, your raw sugar, your eclectic table, and I guarantee you're going to have a great wow factor. One of the other things I would suggest to try is try serving a quiche. Easy recipe you can find. You can buy a pre-made shell. Just beat your eggs, season them lightly, add what kind of meat, whether you're a vegetarian, which means you don't eat any meat, vegan, we all know means you don't eat anything comes from animals. But then you can add some cooked potatoes and some potatoes, your meat, your eggs, whip it, add your cheese inside, pour it into your pre-made shell, cook accordingly. Can you imagine a nice piece of quiche? A little fruit. You can get some plates as well that don't match. My mother has bought a few nice pieces of china, and we were eating dinner on them the other day. She had one set, I had a different, and I loved it. It was beautiful. And mine was really flowery and something that reminiscent of my grandmother, and it was just it was a pretty day. And I thought that's what I'm going to add to my table. Does everyone have a different piece of china? So the table's going to be colorful. You'll be able to stack your teacup and saucer on your plate. You can throw a vintage napkin on the side. Another little hint, if you can't, don't worry about finding napkins. Go to the men's department at JCPenney's, a Sears, and you can get handkerchiefs, the ones with the initials. They're a nice size. And if you're going to have, say, 4 or 5 women, pick up a package of handkerchiefs with their initial. And you can keep them. And that way, we give one to each lady, have it on her table, have it sitting underneath her cup, her initials hanging out. How pretty will that be? She can use that for her napkin that day. She can take it with her. If you're giving your cups away, can you imagine? You have this, and then you have a nice little handkerchief with your initial as a gift to take home. Great idea for a bridal shower. Again, Mother's Day. So I hope you set a beautiful table. Don't forget fruit, flowers. Keep it fun. Antique stores, Goodwill, consignment is your best bet. Pick up antique tablecloths. I know it may sound like, hey, I don't want to have a grandma house. We're talking about a moment you're trying to create. You're trying to create a beautiful table for the sisters to go to church. You're setting a tea. Don't worry about matching all the glasses. It's not even cute. Go eclectic. Start collecting. Give them as gifts. And if you're a mother like myself, I'm creating a collection to give to my daughters. God bless, and God have a wonderful Mother's Day.